Hi, I wanted to go over the 3 top things to think about when you are going to look for your next home to buy. Number one, location. Whether it's because you want to be closer to a certain school, you want to be closer to family, you want to be closer to your work, closer to town, whatever it may be, obviously always very important. You also want to consider that area's value. Will your home hold its value? Obviously, we want it to go up throughout the years that you're living there. You want the most equity when you go to sell, so make sure historically that area only has gone up in value. Number two, you always want to consider square footage versus outdoor green space. So most of the time, it's challenging to get both, a large home and a large green space in the price point that you're looking for is what I've found. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible. It does exist. But most of the time, people have to look at the reality of they might get a larger home, but a small yard, or a large yard and a smaller home. What is most important to you in your life where you're at now? Are you willing to go up the street to go to the park, and forego a huge yard? So things to consider definitely are, do you need more house or more yard? And number three, and most importantly, well, it's top for me because I see this a lot, is just because your lender says that you are pre-approved for a certain amount, let's just hypothetically say $600,000, but you had in your mind's eye and you'd gone over all the numbers previously that you only wanted to spend $500,000. Really be sure that just because you're told you can afford something more doesn't mean that you should. So a lot of people tend to they have that, then they hear that larger number, they're like, oh, well, I can spend more. Yes, you can, but is it a wise idea? What are things that you want to do in your life? Did you have a vacation that you had in your mind, but now you're like, well, if I spend more on my house, we're not going to be able to do that vacation. Are you willing to, let go of that? So really consider, just because you hear a larger number from your lender doesn't mean that you should go up to that. Okay, these are my 3 top tips for buyers. If I can be of any help, please reach out.